Recently, I've been indulging myself in my 10th rewatch of Death Note. What I usually do is usually put the episode on Netflix and then I listen to it during some mundane tasks such as work or doing some homework.
Whoa. Human beings are like that, Ryuk. People deserve to die. Well, you can bet that everyone would give the politically correct answer.
It's just wrong.
Just how we are.
And once I reached the infamous episode 25, I was listening to the scene of L washing Light's feet, and it kind of reminded me of why that episode, and specifically that scene, are one of my absolute favorites in the show. So for those of you who have not seen this absolute masterpiece of an episode, or simply forgot, I'll do a quick rundown of the episode. Light and L, our two main characters, walk back inside after standing in the rain, where L proceeds to dry off Light's feet and essentially give him a wash. Light is at first reluctant to accept this act of service, but eventually gives in and allows L to continue. Afterwards, well, you kinda know what happens next. Light becomes an imposter and packs up L. Now, this show has been around for more than a decade, so I'm fairly confident that a lot of people are already aware of the symbolism of this scene, but for the 3% that don't, this scene is an allegory to the event that took place around 2,000 years ago in the Bible, where Jesus washed the feet of his disciples. Specifically Judas, which was the same night Judas betrayed Jesus and sold them to the Romans for 30 pieces of silver. Now, why is this scene so important to me? Is really how it cements the relationship between Light and L and what not only they represent to themselves, but also to the viewer. In the old era of human history, the washing of feet symbolizes the cleansing of another. By lowering yourself to that of a servant or slave, washing the dirty, musty, filthy feet of another is considered the ultimate act of kindness or humiliation depending on your position in society and your pride. For Jesus, being the Son of God, him cleansing the feet of the one who will betray him was telling him that we are all equal, and most of all, that Jesus ultimately forgives Judas for what he's about to do. Just as Jesus already knew that Judas would betray him, L already knew Light was Kira, and that he would kill him. From the moment the existence of Shinigami was known, the bell was growing louder and louder. L knew Kira was closing in, and his days were numbered. Despite all of this, L saw fit to dry the feet of the one who would betray him. He wanted to cleanse his enemy of the sins he committed and the sin he is about to commit. But this scene is more than just L drying the feet of Light. It's everything leading to the scene, during the scene, and after the scene. From the start of the show, L always knew Light was Kira. He never once dropped the suspicion of Light being the true enemy. Even until the very end, when he wanted to test out the 13-day rule, L was never convinced that Light was not Kira. What really cements his defeat is the existence of Rem being shown, and with the bells ringing louder and louder, L knew he couldn't win against the supernatural alone. He knew his time was coming to an end. During that scene, L says these words, "It's sad. Soon we'll be parting ways." Just as Jesus told Judas, "Go do what you have to do," as he went off to go, snitch the Romans about Jesus' whereabouts and sell him off, but we already know that. And do you remember episode 26? Although it may be seen as just a recap of the first 25 episodes, what it really is all of L's documents being shown to us in visual form of everything he learned about the Kira investigation. L never mentions that he will continue to investigate Kira and document more of the investigation. He mentions that if you are already reading this, he's dead. Now, putting aside all of that symbolism, what really makes this one of my favorite scenes in the entire show is how it cements the relationship between L and Light, and how it plays out as the climax of their friendship before everything goes downhill. Despite everything the two have gone through throughout the entire show, L never once saw Light as less than a human. Even though he knows he is Kira, and that he is one of the ultimate evils presented through our history, committing mass genocide, L saw fit to wash Light's feet. Despite everything the two have gone through, this scene really cements the relationship. And even though Light is seen as a sociopath and we can all agree that he is heartless and uses people, I truly believe that in this scene, Light for a split second was vulnerable. L has probably been the only person in Light's life that has invoked any sort of real emotion from him, even if they are negative emotions. it is emotions that Light never feels from the other people around him, as he views them as essentially drones in the society. And no matter how much he may try to deny it, L really was Light's only real friend. And that's why this scene, the feet washing of L and Light, is one of my favorites in the entire show. If you got this far, I really, truly, wholeheartedly thank you for listening to the end. And if you do enjoy this type of content, you should click that subscribe button and like the video. And I just like to talk about anime sometimes. I'm not really one of those deep analytical people, but I do truly love talking about animes and scenes that I like. So if you did enjoy, subscribe and you'll see more of this type of content. And I will catch you guys later.